the longest tenured head coach at WVU, is taking her team back to the NCAA tournament. I'm Jarrett Wilson.
And I'm Parker Schwebka. During WVU football's win over Colorado, the program welcomed back one of the most dominant Mountaineers to ever touch the turf.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
Over the past few years, the state of West Virginia has become home to one of the premier rivalries in college soccer, the Mountain State Derby.
Entering the season, Marshall was tabbed as the favorite to win the Sun Belt Conference, while WVU was picked as the runner-up.
Jarrett, in the regular season meeting, it was the Mountaineers that showed their dominance, setting up another clash at Dick Delask.
That's now where we find our men's soccer reporter Logan Callender with a closer look at the history behind this in-state rivalry. Logan?
Thanks, Jarrett. Parker. Marshall won the regular season and conference tournament titles in 2023. Then WVU followed it up with the sweep last season. But these fierce rivals have more in common than just trophies and geography. While they're the only Division I men's soccer programs in the state, it was a Division II program that helped turn the rivalry into what it is today. WVU entered the Sun Belt Conference tournament as the number 2 seed behind Marcus Caldera, the Offensive Player of the Year, while Marshall took the number 3 seed, putting both teams back in Morgantown. The Mountaineers defended Dick Delask in the opening round, edging Old Dominion on penalty kicks. The Herd then took care of business against Georgia State, setting up yet another Mountain State Derby, this one in the semifinals of the conference tournament. Parker, Jarrett, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Logan. The only head coach in WVU women's soccer history is also getting her team ready for postseason action.
In her 29 winning seasons, Nikki Izzo-Brown has led the program to new heights and developed a few Olympians in the process.
Dax Bolton joins us live in the studio for his segment of Coach's Corner with a closer look at Izzo-Brown's tenure. Dax?
Thanks, Jarrett. Parker. Izzo-Brown has been the head coach of the women's soccer team since its inception. Over 3 decades, she's guided the Mountaineers to 24 NCAA tournament appearances, including a 21-year streak that was snapped in 2021. While her resume is lengthy, it's her impact off the pitch that speaks for itself. This year, Izzo-Brown's Mountaineers made history yet again as they went undefeated in Big 12 play, helping them secure the number 7 seed and hosting duties in the NCAA tournament. WVU faces Wagner in the first round on November 14th.
Thanks, Dax. Across the parking lot at the Hope Coliseum, it's only been 3 years at the helm for Mark Kellogg, but he's wasted no time leaving his mark on the women's basketball team.
Parker, Kellogg's squads have posted back-to-back 25-win seasons. And even though they said goodbye to one of the top players in program history, the Mountaineers show no signs of slowing down. Cal Klepner reports.
Sharing the same arena as Kellogg is the most recent head coach to be hired at WVU. The Ross Hodge era has officially tipped off for the men's basketball team, and it's the duo who followed Hodge from North Texas that is leading the charge. The men's hoops team is off to a 3-0 start, following a win over Lehigh that saw a career-best 26 points for Lorient.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a look at the ceremony held this past weekend for one of the greatest players to ever wear the gold and blue.
This story and more after the break.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. The WVU football team is coming off back-to-back wins in a season that has seen some rough patches and roster changes.
Jarrett, it doesn't seem like too big of a coincidence that this turnaround started with a new face taking over a key position.
Our football reporter Vincent Stoll joins us live in the studio with a closer look at the new leader of the Mountaineers offense. Vincent?
Thanks, Jarrett. Parker. WVU freshman quarterback Scotty Fox Jr. is making history in his debut season. While he's the 3rd player to start at the position for the Mountaineers, he's the only one who secured back-to-back wins. Against Houston, Fox became the first freshman quarterback in WVU history to score 3 times in a game. while also becoming the first true freshman to rush for 2 touchdowns since Fred Wyant in 1952. Fox threw for 202 yards and a touchdown in the win over Colorado.
Thanks, Vincent. The 2005 Sugar Bowl champions were back in town for that game too, Parker. But the spotlight belonged to another legend.
Jarrett, former WVU running back Steve Slayton was recognized for his upcoming induction into the College Football Hall of Fame. Slayton finished his college career as the program's all-time leader in total touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, and points scored by a non-kicker. He finished 4th in Heisman Trophy voting in 2006. Slayton is the 7th Mountaineer player to enter the NFF College Football Hall of Fame. He will officially be inducted on December 9th.
The WVU wrestling team officially opened up their season at the Southeast Open on November 2nd. But before the Mountaineer Mat men headed south, they conducted their annual wrestle-offs, posing a multitude of obstacles for every wrestler to face.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, we'll show you the yearly event that often leads to students' work being smashed into pieces.
This story and more after the break.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. For nearly 4 decades, WVU has welcomed students from across the region to take a common childhood science project to the next level.
Our adventure reporter Brandon Kubiak joins us live in the studio for his segment, Finding Adventure, to tell us about the signature event that hopes to inspire the next generation of innovators. Brandon?
Thanks, Jarrett. Parker. Since its creation in 1988, the Pumpkin Drop has grown from an event for only Statler College students to one with more than 1,300 participants. The goal is for students to keep their pumpkin in one piece while putting their creativity and problem-solving skills to the test. Out of the 278 pumpkins that were dropped, only 47 of them survived the fall. The team that landed closest to the target walked away with a cash prize, achieving glory by preserving their gourd.
Thanks, Brandon. With the weather now getting colder, the opportunity to take in West Virginia's colorful views is falling away.
Our adventure reporter Riley Drum shows us how outdoor destinations across the region are giving visitors a final chance to experience the vibrant landscapes.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, an Emmy Award-winning sports magazine show where we dive into inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Parker Schwebka.
And I'm Jarrett Wilson. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Mountaineer Playbook. You can also stream our shows on HD Media's website and watch our broadcasts on Sunday evenings at 6:30 on West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Thank you for joining us here on Mountaineer Playbook.
The holiday season has officially arrived in the University City, and it's brought with it the return of an iconic tradition. I'm Jarrett Wilson.
And I'm Parker Schwebka. One of the most prolific scorers in WVU men's soccer history just wrapped his final season in Morgantown.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
Despite the cold temperatures, November has seen a hot start for the WVU men's basketball team, finishing the first month of action 6-2.
Parker, it's been an electric start for the team that entered the season with a new head coach and a new roster. But despite all of the changes, there's a renewed energy surrounding the program.
Dax Bolton joins us live in the studio for his segment of Coach's Corner with a closer look at how Hodge tipped off his tenure as a Mountaineer. Dax?
Thanks, Parker. Jarrett, Ross Hodge signed a 5-year deal with WVU Hoops back in March. And when he arrived in Morgantown, he was tasked with rebuilding a program that hadn't seen a consistent culture in years, as he was the 3rd coaching hire in as many seasons. Now the first month of the Hodge era has come and gone here in Morgantown, and it's already seen a few milestones. Hodge has already made a splash through the first month of his debut season. His 5-0 start marked the best for a WVU head coach in his inaugural season since 1954. And just 3 days after Hodges' first backyard brawl victory, he secured the highest rated recruit in program history.
Thanks, Dax. WVU has made an investment in its future with a significant increase in scholarships that will impact every program. Starting next season, the number rises from 260 to 400 available scholarships across 18 varsity programs. For the wrestling team, that means even more potential for a group that is already breaking records on and off of the mat. The wrestling team closed out the month of November undefeated. It's their first 5-0 start since 1992. Ty Waters, the #1 wrestler in the 157-pound weight class, is also off to a perfect start.
Just down the road, on the WVU engineering campus, the Mountaineer racing team is putting their skills to the test before they hit the track.
The Formula SAE team is preparing a brand new race car for national competition. Reporter Logan Callender gives us an inside look at the group that is proving it takes more than horsepower to build a contender.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a look at the player who is determined to leave his mark in his final season for men's soccer.
This story and more after the break. Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. It was another dominant season for the WVU men's soccer team. But Parker, now that means it's time to officially say goodbye to one of the most impactful players to ever hit the pitch in gold and blue, Marcus Caldera.
Despite being drafted by Minnesota in the 2024 MLS draft, Caldera returned to complete his career as a Mountaineer. Our men's soccer reporter, Anthony DeMagna, joins us live in the studio with a closer look at the final season for one of the top goal scorers in program history. Anthony?
Thanks, Parker. Jarrett, Caldera is more than just an elite scorer. He's helped shape the program's identity. While dominant performances were common for him, they aren't the only thing he hopes to leave behind. Unfortunately, Caldera doesn't get to hang that national championship banner, as his final season came to a close in the second round of the NCAA tournament. He tallied 4 goals through the 2 postseason matches, including a hat trick in the opener, ending his career with 42 total, solidifying his spot at number 3 on the program's all-time scoring list. He also owns the record with 17 game-winning goals.
Thanks, Anthony. Marcus Caldera is a great example of an athlete who is able to cross borders and make a home at WVU.
Jarrett, while coming to a new country can be hard as a student athlete, crossing continents can be a whole different challenge.
Reporter Vincent Stoll gives us an introduction to the new member of the WVU Women's Club basketball team, who has made a journey unlike any other.
Just one gym over at the community center at Milan Park, the WVU Boxing Club is hard at work, using rigorous training and dedicated coaching to turn students from beginners to champions.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a look at the program that is keeping Mountaineers active outdoors and attentive in class.
This story and more coming up after the break.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. With the temperatures dropping, the opportunities for outdoor activities are getting less and less common.
Jarrett, that's why groups like the Women's Adventure Club of Western Pennsylvania are bringing people together to brave the cold and bond over exercise.
Our adventure reporter Riley Drum took a walk with the group and joins us from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center with the story. Riley?
Thanks, Parker. Jarrett. According to the Outdoor Industry Association, more than half of American women participated in outdoor recreation in 2023, the highest number recorded yet. The Women's Adventure Club of Western Pennsylvania is doing its part to keep those numbers climbing, as it offers regular outdoor adventures to help women get outside and stay active. The club's mission is to create new opportunities for the women of Western PA to get outside in a way that feels safe, supportive, and fun. During the winter months, it can be a challenge to stay active, but studies show that working out in cold temperatures can boost immune function and burn more calories. Jarrett, Parker, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
Thanks, Riley. Parker, the push for outdoor experiences in the colder months is crucial for students. And West Virginia University has a program that is determined to keep them active year-round.
Adventure WV is a student and faculty-run program here at WVU that has continued to give students more outdoor opportunities year after year. This program started more than 2 decades ago and has since given students the experience, equipment, and resources they need to get outdoors and take advantage of everything the state has to offer. Their workshop inside of the WVU Rec Center holds 3,000 feet worth of equipment ready for students to use. Activities like their ropes course just outside of Cooper's Rock provide students even more ways to challenge themselves. This program not only keeps Mountaineers active, but also brings other unseen benefits to students. Adventure WV is now switching their focus to the slopes. As the snowy months are approaching, equipment rentals and group trips are available year-round to students.
As our fall 2025 semester comes to a close, the Christmas season has arrived in Morgantown, Parker.
Jarrett, West Virginia University has brought back an iconic event to mark the start of the holiday season.
The Woodburn Hall lighting ceremony took place on December 2nd. Members of the community gathered outside of the second oldest building on campus to deck the hall, a tradition that originally started back in 1987. Crowds came together to experience the magic from below as the lights were lit by a patient from WVU Medicine, Golisano Children's. The festive event has been on hiatus since 2011. Its relighting is the next step in renewed campus beautification efforts under the direction of WVU President Michael Benson.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, an Emmy Award-winning sports magazine show where we dive into inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Parker Schwebka.
And I'm Jarrett Wilson. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook at Mountaineer Playbook. You can also stream our shows on HD Media's websites and watch our broadcasts on Sunday evenings at 6:30 on West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Thank you for joining us this semester on Mountaineer Playbook.